Oh, whatever. I need to do that anyway. So, okay. Hopefully, I'll cut to here if I'm smart enough. All right. So, as I've mentioned so far in the forum, the biggest inspiration for my game, I think, is going to be Invisible Ink. I'm recording this video basically to show you what I want to keep from this, from the same concept as Invisible Ink. What I'm going to have to change, either due to limitations or due to personal requirements. So here's the basic principle. So yeah, let's start a new game real quick. Let's play a story. Let's go. I'm not very good at this game. I'm really not. So I'm only going to show you one level, but just yeah. So let's skip the opening cutscene because again, it's just the actual story. So again, just for the sake of...
Even with the brain damage, Banks is one of the most effective hackers I've ever encountered. With stims and neuroconditioning, she's able to stay lucid. But I wonder what kind of long-term effects that might have on her stability.
Yeah, and let's just go with what... Yeah, we haven't got much to go. No, let's go with this. Basic setup. Yep. So there's the story. So, yeah.
Operator, are you there? Good.
So, yeah. The basic premise in this... Some of the basic premises in this game is to infiltrate a location, explore, and complete an objective, all without having your agents trapped. This sci-fi is a bit more grungy than what I think I'm going to go with. Like, I like the aesthetic of this screen. I'm not going to actually do... I'm probably not going to do a transitional screen, to be honest. I'm probably just going to jump you between level and level. And again, I'll probably create no more than like 5 different levels with 5 different objectives to just randomly cycle through, to be honest. But just, again, the game doesn't have to be advanced. So... Yeah, let's actually
Executives are notoriously slack when it comes to network security, and their terminals are full of interesting information. We found a lightly...
So yeah, I'm probably not even going to bother with the transition screen. Yeah, if we see from the aesthetic here, it's a bit grimier than what the assets that I showed are going to design the aesthetic to look like. So I expect my game to have a lot more sort of...
They caught us completely by surprise, so we have no firepower with... We've beamed you through...
So yeah, our mission here is to... I probably should have shown that screen actually, is to get to an executive terminal and then to get our actors out alive. Again, I think I'm going to actually have more players. I think I'm going to use all of the different assets. I'm not sure yet whether it's going to be on a mission by mission basis or if it's going to be like on a campaign basis, where you will have to decide. Again, one of the mechanics I'm going to show you in a bit is the idea of like leeching power. And yeah, one of the things I'm going to decide is whether like it's for the whole campaign. You have to decide who's most useful, or if it's on mission by mission basis. Okay. So I'm also not going to have this whole display where we can hack things through this. This isn't something I'm going to do, but just... So yeah, I'm mentioning a lot of things I'm not going to do, but what am I going to do? Well, again, the focus on stealth is a big focus I want the game to have. Now, this is actually not a normal ability in the game for characters to leech power over a distance. That's just a special feature that this character has. In my game, I'm definitely going to have to go into physically dangerous locations in order to get power. That's going to be a big mechanic. Yeah, for now, I think I'm actually just going to peek around the door real quick, close the door, and start. As you see, they have like a security level that goes up. That is the big mechanic that I think I'm going to steal. Again, the more secure the facility is, the worse things are going to get for you as you play the game. So it's, again, instead of specifically enemies, because again, that's AI that is difficult to program. May have noticed already multiple sort of security cameras that what they do is they raise the level as well, and in this game they also tell the guards where you are. That's a mechanic I'm definitely going to steal, is the idea of security levels, and trying to avoid having yours raised. Sorry, not raged. There's actually another game that I'm going to mention below that I'm going to steal a couple mechanics from. I think it's called something like Mask of the Ninja, because again I'm going for a very much a ninja theme, and that game is incredibly accurate in terms of what will or will not tip off local guards or forces that something's going on. So it's definitely again something I'm going to steal with no remorse really, because I'm a horrible person like that. Yeah, no reason to go into this room since we happen to have International to do things for us. Let's see what's behind this door. Okay. See, in this game, it's every turn the security level rises. I don't think I'm going to do that. Well, I mean, I might do, but I don't, because it kind of adds a level of tension to the game that's interesting. Again, I'll have to play around, given that I am swapping in and out mechanics here, and see what effect. So, yeah, what the security level rising in the base game in Invisible Ink is good for is raising the tension, which is always a, okay, not always, but it's usually a good thing, is to have your players on their toes, obviously. But I don't know if the alternate mechanics that I'm going to introduce, if I want the game to be more tactical oriented, or I want the game to be more nail biting. I don't know whether I want anything that happens in the game to necessarily be directly the player's fault all the time, which is a good idea and would not work well with this system. Thought so. Or if I want the game to have a level of tension just by its nature. So yeah, again, I'm not going to have any. I'm probably not going to have any guards, which means I probably won't have that mechanic that we just saw there of sort of taking the guards out, which generally that makes my life a bit easier. But let's see. So thanks. Let's see what this guy's got on him. Yay, money! Always a good plan. Okay, let's see. Again, that also set will not be a mechanic in this game. I just figured since I'm borrowing a lot of inspiration from this game, definitely, let's phrase it as borrowing inspiration, shall we? I thought it might be a good idea to play through the game and show you what it's like, and in so doing, hopefully show you sort of what I'm trying to mimic and what I'm not trying to mimic. Yeah, I think we should go out that door, actually. I don't think there's much in here. Problem is you can't exactly see. There could be a door here, but the whole location is watched by a camera, which is, again, that's definitely something I'm going to have as cameras. I'm going to go for, a retro future sort of scenario with robot ninjas. So, which, I mean, those are just two innately good concepts, so I don't really see how I can mess up putting the two together. Again, my only worry is that guard is going to wake up shortly, but I still haven't got out of the room because, as I've said, I do enjoy this game, but I'm not particularly good at it. Okay. I think there's another door here. Again, the AI incognita is definitely a factor that I'm not going to have. But yeah, sort of almost replacing her, basically, is the idea that the players themselves will have to be powered. Okay, that's a concern. There doesn't appear to be a door there. Looks like actually the best plan is just to leave. So, for the other door, the one that was guarded, I decided it was a bad move earlier. feel... Again, that's why I've given myself 99 rewinds, is that, like, I'm not necessarily confident in my capability to effectively play this game.
Alarm level 1.
One thing that's dispose of this camera. That also allows us to see the whole room, which is a very useful utility indeed. Okay, so that's a guard spawn point there. Again, not going to be something in my own game, but yeah. So hopefully, yeah, because there may be some mechanics that come up that I wouldn't otherwise think of unless I was just straight up playing the game, which is, of course, like for example, I described earlier how I'm not going to have Incognita's ability to like, sorry, not International's ability to like hack consoles from a distance. It's probably not something I would have remembered is even a feature of this game. Without playing it, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Like, yeah, the way to hack consoles in my game will be this. You have to actually do it from a close contact, which again means that you'll have to place your agents in positions where there may be dangers. I'm thinking this game has a few traps, like manual traps that we just haven't run into yet. So it's oh, excellent. And yeah, I want to have a lot more manual traps in my game. I want it to be a much more of a process of going places and sort of having to be cautious in one's steps. Which is why, again, I'm wondering whether having the security level increase naturally is a good plan or not. Because obviously having it increase naturally encourages the movement encourages the idea of sorry, I'm just trying to find my words. It encourages the idea to move quickly through the environment due to a fear of things. But I'm not sure if that's what I actually want to do, or if I want to if I want the player's own actions to be their sort of downfall if they make a mistake. Okay. Okay, so that's the way out. That's the teleport pads out. Which again, yeah, one thing I do definitely want to mimic is that the players enter a mission at one location, so in our case, I think it was here, and then have to leave through a different location. I don't want players to be able really to just simply trace their own footsteps. I definitely want my players.
That's an executive terminal. It still has a solitaire game up on the screen.
I definitely want my players to have to work for their work, I suppose. I want them to have to think about their next movements. I never want I never want there to be a turn where a player can just click without thought. I definitely want to mimic the tension in that respect from this game.
Alarm level 2. Additional cameras activated. Surveillance level increased.
That's not idyllic. Okay. So. Yeah, as the game has just been kind enough to let me know,
You got it. Great. When you activated
couple
that
turns, these
terminal, it
cameras
sent
will
out an
activate, which we'll
automated
obviously-
message to change up the guard duty. Be prepared for new patrol patterns.
Warning.
Let's see. Got not much, unfortunately. One thing we can do at least is get our Agent Banks into the thing.
That camera will keep making things harder for us, Operator. Incognita has a program to deal with it.
Okay, right, so I may have made a mistake. Deal with that. Okay, so you're currently observed. I'm just trying to remember the control for tactical view. Here we go. Okay, that's a bad plan.
We don't want the corpse interrogating our agents. Do not leave them bleeding on the field.
Okay, I'm going to rewind that. So yeah, that was quite foolish of me overall. I really didn't take the caution I really should have there. So yeah, let's take Banks with International this time. Because that way at least we always have some way of...
Warning. Warning.
Oh. Well, that was dumb. That was very dumb of me. So I'm going to end this turn, then rewind to this turn.
That camera will keep making things harder for us, Operator. Incognita has a program to deal with it.
Okay. I've already gone through 3 rewinds, and the default is again 5, so let's see. Instead of just opening the terminal like a dumbass this time, let's see. So we can expect someone to come out of here. So if we have an agent lying in wait over there, because one thing I can do is set up an ambush. If I do that, and then we can sort of be ready for them when they deploy. Okay, so International, if you go here, as an action, I believe it has something called, yeah, ambush. Set up an ambush there. Again, I'm not very good at these games, but that doesn't mean that I don't enjoy them. So yeah, also, yeah, the ability to... Well, I was going to say the ability to ambush would be a cool
Good job.
thing,
You've got the site.
but obviously I'm not going to have enemies,
Noticed you
so that's a
poking
dumb
about
thing
and
for me to
have changed
state.
up their patrols. Be careful on your way out.
I'm thinking... I like the idea to premeditate for a potential result, but I'm not quite sure how to implement that. Gotta grab some energy while I'm here, but I think I'm gonna leave International there right for now. Haha! See? I can do tactics. What I was saying was... maybe some sort of... one mechanic actually that we did nearly show that I didn't actually manage to was that when an agent in this game is knocked down, you can actually have your other agents retrieve them in exchange for lowering their maneuverability, of course. I'm thinking, yeah, something like that would also be a logical ability to have in my game. So if one of your units runs out of power, but you think they're worth keeping, maybe you could have it so that one unit could, yeah, drag that one around into the next level. But until you power the unit again, you would need to drag them, which means that you would have limited movement. So that's something that might be worth considering. This is the point where someone else comes out there.
Investigating area.
Oh no, no it isn't. They're in the complete wrong section. See, I'm capable of minor deception sometimes. As a treat.
Warning.
Okay. Okay, looks like we're getting a clean getaway out of this level. So I've demonstrated basically all the mechanics that I think are important that I'm going to be copying or not copying from this game. Yeah. As I was saying before, having the ability to premeditate something, so set up and move for the next turn, is an ability I want to copy, but I'm not quite sure as to how I would do it. I definitely, because again, I think it gives the players a lot of control. Obviously, you sacrifice what your character is doing in this turn, but if it deals with something in the next turn, that might be worth it. I guess if we're stealing ninja mechanics, maybe you may have heard of the 5 methods of escape, I think they're called, for ninjas, which are fire, water, metal, wood, and something else. Maybe we could set it up so that, yeah, you can set it up to use one of those escape methods if something happens. Yeah, that might be an interesting mechanic to use. Okay, so again, this is the end of this level here.
Excellent work, operator. Now to sift through the data and find the juiciest targets.
So yeah, the reason I'm showing this is because I want to show you what you are rewarded for doing. Because I think I'm going to use something very similar. Obviously, retrieving money, that's obviously worth something. Hacking different things, obviously gaining power for your units, but I'm not sure I'd measure it like this because again, that's suggesting that you only have power for one individual. I'd suggest, unlike this system here where you have so it's just your agents list, I might have agent and then like power, so it's divided into 2 things. I also quite like the setup of this UI. I know that our thing isn't UI in this module, but I think that's still quite interesting. I definitely have the objective type listed here. And alarm level definitely, but I would again make it a big block here. So, and yeah, total money of course. This game has an upgrade system where you can buy new materials and upgrade your player. Your character. I'm going to upgrade speed because it's a very important skill to have in this game, but that's irrelevant because, yeah. But yeah, maybe, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to have an upgrade system. Well, I might do, because otherwise what's the point in having money is the question. Obviously, big numbers are good. They make players happy, but I do feel like we might as well add some utilities. Maybe weapons again. Ninjas are well known for their incredible arsenal. It's one of the basic concept of ninjas. So I'm thinking, yeah, instead of necessarily stat upgrades, it might be better to make them more unique because they're not necessarily all going to have augments and abilities. Well, no, I think they're all going to have different abilities to get past different like traps and scenarios. So, for example, I think I've got an asset in there called the Shogun. I'd give the Shogun the ability to cut through certain types of walls, for example. I might do something similar like that. But I think in terms of base stats, I want them all spread out to make the units more unique. Because yeah, some of them may share like alternate abilities. And yeah, I'm thinking instead of that, weapons might be. Or tools, actually. So weapons is a bit misleading. Ninja tools might be what the money is spent on. So I'm expecting to do a lot of research into that as well. I'm trying to think of how these things would interact. But yeah, so point is, what I'm saying is there are some aspects of this that I'm going to borrow. But I'm sort of trying to explain what I'm going to do differently.
I've re-established contact with Monster. His network picked up the...
Okay, cool. So yeah, again, that's us for today. So just explaining, or at least trying to explain as best I can, the logic as to what I'm doing in the context of this game, which is one of the things I'm trying to use to examine my own thought process. So, thank you kindly for your attention.